like Space Jam, but potentially nowhere near as fun.
So we got The Purge, The Island.
You got I Feel Pretty, the new Amy Schumer film.
I don't care about Amy Schumer.
Yeah, you're not alone. But yeah, The Purge, The Island, which apparently is a prequel.
Yeah. How it started, I guess, on an island.
I'm of the opinion of who cares? Who gives a shit at this point with The Purge?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the fourth
The sequel
Purge
was
film.
surprisingly good, but then they wasted that with the third film.
Yeah.
And now the fourth movie,
which is a prequel that's not
it
needed.
just screams cash grab to me.
Yeah. Unless the trailer blows me away or blows
Yeah.
my dick, literally. The Purge 3 was disappointing, and especially since I like The Purge 2,
Yeah.
and the first one sucked, so I don't know. No.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm definitely on board for this one. I liked Ant-Man. Ant-Man really surprised me. Because I was worried about it because the original director, who'd been working on it for years, got fired because of some creative dispute with the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, Ant-Man is not really a character I was really that fond of or really liked that much. And the film was a big surprise. It's one of my favorite Marvel films, actually. I just like the character. I like Paul Rudd's performance, and it was nice to see Michael Douglas again. And I thought Yellow Jacket was one of the better Marvel villains, so that was a nice thing as well. And the whole miniaturization thing, they used that really well. So looking forward to seeing what they do with this, and also just getting to see Wasp, and
Yeah, really enjoyed the first one. That was definitely an enjoyable, fun movie, and I look forward to what they do in the sequel. I look forward to what they do. Michael Douglas returning, Michelle Pfeiffer. You have Lawrence Fishburne in it. Same director. I definitely look forward to it. Again, the first one was fun. I'm curious about the sequel. The Nun. I'm having none of it.
It's a spin-off of The Conjuring, starring Taissa Farmiga. Oh, I guess is that the daughter of Vera? Is that her? Yeah, it's her sister. Huh. Vera Farmiga's sister is going to be in The Nun. The Conjuring 2, it had some great things about it. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga were easily some of the best things about it. And I liked it, but I didn't love it like the first film. And the Nun the character in that was never really something that compelled me or interested me enough to see a spin-off.
So kind of like
all
Annabelle.
about the Nun.
So kind of like Annabelle.
Yeah.
Which was a spin-off.
Yeah.
You saw Annabelle?
Yeah. Don't remember much. Wasn't that great?
Okay, I asked that question to see if you could explain to the viewers. I did see your review, but as you heard, folks, he doesn't remember anything because that's how good
I just remember something that looked like the doll.
That's how good the movie is.
Got speared or something in midair.
By Goldberg?
Yeah. So I just thought of like JR doing some commentary. Oh my gosh!
Spear!
Spear!
The Nun, I'm tired of these fucking spin-offs of The Conjuring.
The doll just got broken in half!
Hotel Transylvania 3. Why is there a part 3?
I haven't even seen the first two.
First one sucked. I didn't bother with the second one. Fuck the third one. Fuck this shit. Skyscraper.
Is that a remake of the Anna Nicole Smith movie?
So you have The Rock, Nev Campbell. Pretty much, I guess, sort of a Die Hard type of movie.
He's in a helicopter again in this one.
Former FBI hostage rescue team leader who now assesses security for skyscrapers.
Oh, he's totally going to be in a helicopter at one point in this movie. I'll be shocked if he isn't.
And I know there's like something with a fire.
Also, it's like Towering Inferno.
Maybe they'll show the plot on IMDb real quick, like. Once it fucking loads. Oh, plot kept under wraps. Hostage action thriller set in China.
Why are you keeping the plot under wraps for this film of all things?
Yeah, okay, here's something. FBI hostage rescue team leader and U.S. war veteran Will Ford, who now assesses security for skyscrapers. On assignment in China, he finds the safest building in the world suddenly ablaze, and he's been framed for it. A wanted man on the run, Will must find those responsible, clear his name, and somehow rescue his family, who's trapped inside the building above the fire line.
So it's Towering Inferno with The Rock.
Die Hard meets Towering Inferno. Yeah, Towering Inferno with The Rock in a way, and
maybe it might be fun, The Rock, but I have to wait for a trailer. But The Rock hasn't had the best track record as of late. He's been sinking. Like a rock.
yeah, it was Jumanji 2 and Baywatch and the shitstorm that looks like Rampage.
And I do not have any hope with this director because he did Central Intelligence, which I did like, but it's not like the action was like the best thing about that. And all the other movies he's done are not action films. He directed Dodgeball. He did We're the Millers.
Yeah. Doesn't really show he didn't do action.
But then again, the guys who did You, Me, and Dupree...
The Russos, yeah.
They're the ones who did Captain America Winter Soldier.
Not Vince Russo, but... yeah, the Russo brothers. Yeah, they did a good job with Winter Soldier.
If it was Vince Russo, that would have been terrible. It was some stupid swerve or some shit.
Well, I mean... Yeah, I get to work with The Rock and shitty swerve with a football helmet and... pinatas. But Skyscraper, I'll wait for a trailer because I don't mind the idea.
Yeah.
And if it's just get some fucking, well, they won't do practical effects.
It could just be a fun, dumb action movie with The Rock. That could have potential.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll wait for a trailer for that.
Just
one.
keep it simple. That's the main thing.
So you have Alita, Battle Angel, Robert Rodriguez film, James Cameron. James Cameron helped with the screenplay.
It's based on some anime and a manga, which I haven't read or seen.
Me neither.
The trailer was weird.
Lady with the weird eyes.
She's got anime, fuck me eyes.
Or fuck you eyes, whichever.
Yeah, or fuck you eyes in general. I understand, but I guess that's what they're trying to go. They're trying to make it look like that because she looks like that in the manga or the anime, but nobody else looks like that. So it's just strange.
Well, that's because of what she is, right? She's like a robot or something.
Yeah, but there's probably other robots, but they don't look like that. So I don't know.
I don't trust Robbie Rod. The last film.
But James Cameron, we're working on the screenplay and. He produced it, and I'm like, this is the same guy who endorsed Terminator Genesis shit, so...
Except not anymore. Even though he did. But now he doesn't. And Robbie Rod, last film he directed was Planet Terror.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It was like over a decade ago. This is like 2007.
The trailer just didn't really entice me that much, either. Got a lot of CGI.
The next one, recognizable as Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh, you're not going to go again with Mamma Mia?
No.
Yeah, Mission Impossible Fallout. Interesting subtitle. Is there going to be some kind of nuclear weapon or something? I really liked Rogue Nation. I thought that was the best Mission Impossible film to date, so I'm definitely curious about this. Christopher McQuarrie is directing it, and he did Jack Reacher, and he also did Rogue Nation. But he also wrote The Mummy, so...
a lot of people wrote that movie.
Yeah, he was one of the writers.
Yeah, Jack Reacher I had in mind. Rogue Nation I really enjoyed, so I know something about Tom Cruise broke his ankle or something.
He got hurt again? Yeah. He's Getting older. Can't do those stunts anymore.
But yeah, I mean, if it's as good as Road Nation, yeah, definitely look forward to your trailer. This is also the
Same
film
here.
that Henry Cavill, that's why he has the weird mustache mouth.
Yeah, that's
He
why he
has
has
a
the
mustache
CGI,
in this,
the
I
fucked
guess.
up face, fucked up lip.
And they didn't let him shave it. Paramount. So that's why he looked so weird at Justice League.
Yeah, the Teen Titans Go film.
To the movies.
Yeah, which is annoying because, alright, the Teen Titans show is actually quite good. And they brought it back and made it this stupid, half-assed, lame, for kids, shitty humor. You know, like, it turned it into just a awful abomination of a show. So, you know, it's for kids, so we can be as stupid and just dumb as possible, farts and other stuff and whatever. So, yeah, yay.
So what, they go to the movies and actually just watch the movies? Is that what they're doing? They just sit down and watch movies? They go to the movies to watch.
Seems to the teens that all the major superheroes out there are starring in their own movies, but everyone but the Teen Titans. But de facto leader Robin is determined to remedy the situation and to be seen as a star instead of a sidekick. Only they could get the hottest Hollywood film director to notice them. With a few madcap ideas and a song in their heart, the Teen Titans head to Tinseltown, certain to pull off their dream. But when the group is radically misdirected by a seriously supervillain and his maniacal plan to take over Earth, things go really awry. The team finds their friendship and their fighting spirit failing, putting the very fate of the Teen Titans themselves on the line. Doesn't sound anything like the plots that you normally see in that show. So.
Sounds like a shitty episode of Alvin the Chipmunks.
Alvin.
Next up is Christopher Robin from Disney.
This is basically Hook, but with Winnie the Pooh.
Is it really?
Yeah, because think about it. Christopher Robin, the little boy from the Winnie the Pooh stories, is now all grown up and has lost all sense of imagination.
Oh my God.
Pooh and his friends re-enter Christopher's life to help him find it again.
So, but maybe the twist will be at the end he's in a mental institution. So he realizes he's been seeing all this shit.
I grew up with Winnie the Pooh, you know, the cartoons and stuff like that. So, and I don't mind the idea. So we'll see. I'm more interested in this than Wrinkle in Time.
Hmm. So really, Ewan McGregor plays Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
Huh. So Christopher Robin's schizophrenic, right? That's
Disney probably won't do that. It'll just be one of those things where he's grown up and lost his happy thoughts.
So he starts doing acid. The thing with Hook is that stuff was real. But
yeah.
Here it's like, here's my imaginary. At the end, the twist is he's in a straight jacket. Yeah, I know Disney won't do that, but that'd be pretty funny. But that's weird, though, is that still, if you think about it, it's him. I get to see my imaginary friends again, and it's like he's going crazy. And he turns into Michael Douglas from Falling Down and just starts had a bad day. Equalizer 2. I didn't like the first one.
First one was so disappointing.
Maybe they could improve on it?
Yeah.
Maybe. Cool. We'll see.
Bill Pullman's in the cast. Denzel Washington.
I think he was in the first one, right? Bill Pullman?
Yeah.
Hey, if they improve on it, get an editor.
Yeah, please.
Maybe
and don't hold back. If you're R-rated, go all the way. Take a page from John Wick.
Go all the way.
Don't be doing this, I'm going to use a sledgehammer, and then don't see him use it, and then just put it back on, wipe some blood off it, and put it back on the shelf at Walmart or some shit.
Oh god, this is going to be a long one. The Predator.
The Predator.
The Predator.
Shane Black. Fred Decker. That forgettable bad guy from Logan with the shitty accent.
Key and Peele, Mr. T. Keegan Michael Key.
I
Thomas
like
Jane
him, but I don't buy him in this role.
Thomas Jane in probably a nothing role.
Fucking kid.
Okay. Fine, we'll okay.
Well, I mean, it's buried. When we're talking about this, it'll be buried in this video.
I started another one. We're 15 minutes in. This is part 3. So it'll be about 15 minutes into this one.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, the stuff doesn't get buried.
Okay.
So, if I try to remember, 15 minutes, time code.
No, I was just saying, like, you know, the whole thing with the... It is a rumored script.
Oh! Yeah. The rumored script that we had some info on. Suburbia, a kid who is special.
He's autistic.
He's autistic. Finds a predator weapon. Accidentally blows up a house or something with it.
No, he's able to decipher the predator language.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's autistic.
And then he's able to use the weapon.
He finds the gauntlet, and he finds the helmet, and he wears them for Halloween. And there's a goofy, cute scene where he messes around and blows up somebody's house or something with one of the cannons. I'm not making this up.
Hopefully.
And then if that, I hope it's all rumor. I hope it's nothing.
But then you find out it's set in the suburbs, and then there's a kid who. Why is there a kid starring in a Predator movie? Well, I mean, granted, you have a kid in Alien, so
there's kids in Monster Squad that Fred Dekker wrote.
I gotta admit that, but
Shane Black helped with the Monster Squad, and Fred Dekker directed the Monster Squad.
Right. And a lot of people like Stranger Things, so maybe.
Yeah.
And it.
But
shit.
If this kid is what is rumored in the rumored script, if he is just some autistic kid who finds a Predator gauntlet and a helmet and is and has some cute scene on Halloween and blows up somebody's house with the cannon, that's not no. And he also finds a way to fly the ship or some shit, and then like there's the Predator dogs you saw in Predators. Like one of the characters in this movie befriends one of them, like it's Auntie from Honey I Shrunk the Kids. And then you have a scene where one of the Predators gets distracted by Olivia Munn being naked.
You did have a shower scene in Alien Covenant, which was another Fox movie.
So you're going to have that, and then the Predator's going to go, whoa!
People will think that's out there again. Remember the shower scene in Alien Covenant?
That was stupid. That's something straight out of a slasher movie. Not even AVPR, that was basically a slasher film, had that in it, right? There's a shower scene in that movie, if I remember correctly.
No. I like AVPR more than Alien Covenant. The Predator, I don't buy Boyd Holbrook. Why couldn't Thomas Jane be the lead or someone else? They haven't made a good Predator film since 1990. Predators.
Well, it depends on your point of view. Because some people would be like, they haven't made a good Predator movie since 1987. Or Predators.
I think they're wrong, but it's okay.
Well, so
that's your opinion, folks, if you feel that way. Predator 2
sucks, because Arnold is not in it. And it doesn't take place in the jungle.
Well, then I guess this movie sucks automatically, so I can use that argument. And no one can say anything.
Because I remember some people saying, oh, it's not going to take place in the suburbs, and then it's pretty much confirmed that it is going to be in the suburbs. At least part of it.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm beginning to worry that rumored script is not a rumor. And if it is actually the real script, Brad, I love you, man. But no,
You're fired.
this will be a worse abomination than Predators or AVP or AVPR. Like this will be so fucking shitty that it'll be as if the Predator himself shoved his hand up your ass and pulled your spinal cord right out of your asshole.
You're like, why don't you look forward to it? Well, the last Predator movie had Robert Rodriguez involved, writing, producing it, and to me it was a shitty remake of the first movie.
Even had the same lines from the first movie.
And Ridley Scott directed 2 Alien films that were two of the worst of the franchise.
Covenant ended up doing the impossible and being the worst film in the Alien franchise. Like, making me look back at Alien 3 and Prometheus and being like, they're not good, but especially Alien 3.
For me, Alien 3 is still the worst, but Alien Covenant is number 2.
Well, I'm just thinking about in terms of overall, like, Alien 3 has a good score. Alien 3 has, the direction isn't necessarily that bad. I can't think of anything that was positive in Alien Covenant.
Yeah, I gotta admit that, yeah. But I still hate Alien 3 the most. So.
Well, I mean, if I'm talking about films I hate the most, yeah, Alien 3. But, like, in terms of overall quality, like...
Yeah. With gritted teeth, yeah.
But with the Predator, I just don't have a lot of hope for it. Shane Black, The Nice Guys, was a little bit disappointing to me, but I kind of want to watch that again. And Iron Man 3, I hated that movie, so...
I like Nice Guys. I hated Iron Man 3. So maybe this will be like Iron Man 3. That had a little kid, too.
Yeah. Is this going to take place on Christmas, too, Shane?
Well, Halloween, if it's the Halloween thing.
Yeah.
It's coming out in August. Yeah, fuck.
I hope it's good. I do. I don't want it to suck. It's a Predator movie. But it's 20th Century fuckface, and it's a Predator film.
Back in the
track
day,
record is not good.
Back in the day, I didn't think Predators was going to suck. And then I saw it with its false advertising of lights on Adrian Brody's face. There was like 10 lights, and then in the movie it's 1.
Yep.
And then I wanted it to be good. Back in the day,
so
I said that. And then you liked it.
I did like it at first, and then I saw it again, and then I'm like, what was I thinking?
More than Predator 2. You said it was better.
I said it was on par, but that's not true.
Okay, to be fair, he did say on par with Predator 2.
But that's still bullshit. I don't know what my past self was thinking. I think I was associating the experience I had, because I saw it with my dad, and we had a nice bonding moment. So I think I just, like, rated that.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. You go and see a movie, and it might not even be a movie that's that great, or even a movie you end up liking, but if you have a good experience seeing it in the theater or something, that does affect how you look at the film.
I get what you mean. Good Day to Die Hard for me.
Yeah.
Good time in theater, saw it at home. Wasn't as good. Because the director's an idiot. But yeah, the Predator... Yeah, I mean, I would love to be wrong. I really would, folks. But based on...
It's the plot synopsis that's kind of leaking, and I'm just like, why don't you just make, like, Concrete Jungle, or, adapt that Cold War comic or something, or, I don't know, Predators in the Suburbs doesn't...
Have Arnold star in this movie instead of 50 fucking Terminator movies.
A cameo would be great. Like, he shows up at the end and kicks some ass. Like, at least that.
That would
be
better than fucking a new Conan or a new Terminator with him in it.
I agree. Then we have The Spy Who Dumped Me.
Mila Kunis.
Kate McKinnon. Oh, God.
Yeah, that passed for me. I don't like those two.
I don't think she's been in a single movie that was good, Kate McKinnon. It's always been shit. Ballbusters, Rough Night, masterminds.
Next up is The Meg. I'm curious about because Jason Statham. Yeah, Mila Kunis Meg. Yeah. Jason Statham in a monster movie. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I hope it's like Deep Blue Sea or Deep Rising.
Yeah, it won't be rated R, but, you know, Jaws was rated PG, and that's classic.
From the guy who did National Treasure, Instinct, Phenomenon, Cool Runnings, and Three Ninjas.
So, you know, I look forward to a trailer. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I can't say much about it until I see a trailer either.
But I'm definitely curious, because it's cool to see Jason Statham in an action horror movie. I'd be up for that.
Me too, because I don't think he's done very many action horror movies. Like, he was in Ghost of Mars.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And that was back in the day before he was a star, so yeah.
Then we have the Scarface remake.
Which, I don't know if that's going to come out
Yeah,
this year.
because that's to be announced. Like, I don't even know if that's even going to come out in 2018.
With Diego Luna, the star of Rogue One. We don't need another Scarface.
And we don't need it starring that guy. Fuck's sake. That'd be embarrassing.
I don't know why the Coen brothers wrote it. I don't know how much they got paid for it, but...
Diego Luna, the guy who, you know, for The Princess Bride. Want to be Inigo Montoya.
Oh, yeah,
Taken.
that's right. Gosh. Fuck that. That reminds me of that fucking Carlito's Way sequel that went direct to video.
Oh, that was so bad. Oh, what, The Way of something?
Way of Power or something? Where the hell it was. Nasty Women.
Which is a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh, yeah. Did we pass the one you were talking about? The comedy that was like, what the fuck? Comedy that was crass.
Yeah, Blocked.
Oh, Blockers? Okay, I thought it was another
Blockers.
movie.
It was
With teens
Blockers.
in it, okay. Nasty Women, okay, they're remaking Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, but it's women. Whatever.
Pass.
Yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Skip a couple of these since it's getting pretty late here.
Yeah. Happytime Murders.
The Happytime Murders does seem interesting.
I'm curious about this one. Apparently this has been in the works for a while, like 8 years or something. Like Brian Henson is trying to get it made for a long time. The concept interests me. In a world where puppets coexist with humans as second-class citizens, puppet private eye and disgraced ex-cop Phil Phillips is hot on the trail to serial killer who murdered his brother and is now targeting the cast members of the famous 80s television series The Happytime Gang, which could leave for some really potentially fun and potentially brilliant satire of the Muppet Show. As the killings continue, Phil's former flame, Jenny, played by Elizabeth Banks, is next on the list. It's up to Phil and his ex-partner, Detective Edwards, voiced by Melissa McCarthy, to find the culprit. But as bad blood and old resentments resurface, the clues start pointing to the only viable suspect, Phil himself. Now he's on the run with only his wits and hard-headed determination as he and his partner attempt to solve the Happytime Murders. So this looks like it's actually going to be R-rated. It is not meant, apparently, from what I've been seeing, the photos and stuff like that, or maybe at least PG-13, which would be pretty hard for a puppet film. It's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, a little bit of that, mixed with some other stuff, but I'm curious. Looks like it's putting enough of it's adding a new thread to an old web. Compared to some of these other films,
it definitely stands out. Yeah, the plot, the idea definitely stands out. The fact it's Brian Henson, who, of course, the son of Jim Henson. The puppet angle, the puppet's going to be the star of the film because he's the private eye. Yeah, I definitely look forward to this. I'm really curious to see a trailer for this. I think
so am I.
Be very interesting. Slender Man, way too late.
The movie that looks like a student film, like some college student movie that's getting released in theaters.
Like a shitty wannabe Blumhouse movie.
Yeah.
A student film. And Slender Man, so I should have done this like 10 years ago. Or
Yeah.
5 years ago.
It's way too late.
Too late. No one gives a fuck about Slender Man. Replicas. Man, you know, Keanu Reeves, sci-fi, interesting idea. Probably won't get much theaters.
Trailer already came out, right?
Yeah, so what does it get pushed back? I guess.
Must have.
Yeah, must have. Oh, I guess September 8, 2017. The distribution rights were sold. Someone that said the trailer was so bad it's good.
I don't think it's so bad it's good.
Ars Technica writer Annalie Newitz.
I don't even know who the hell that is, and then it just sounds like a hipstery comment here. It's the best example I've ever seen of a movie that combines every sci-fi cliche to one intoxicating suicide soda of a plot. I can't wait to watch this one.
Yeah.
Ironic writing here. Also, cliches. It's like, for fuck's sake, let that go. Pretty much everything is going to be cliched now, especially a sci-fi film.
Something called Kin, which I don't know much about, but has James Franco and Dennis Quaid, and a sci-fi action crime thriller.
Yeah.
Be curious to see what that is.
I'd be curious to see Franco and Quaid. Quaid probably have a pretty small role, but I like James Franco.
Yeah. New line horror film to be announced. Who knows what that is?
Some film called A Little Stranger. Some other horror movie or whatever. Throwback film. Horror thriller. New line horror movie. Oh, it's Friday the 13th. No, it's not. Oh, it's it's a sequel to A Nightmare on Rape Street.
Yeah, I doubt that. Hopefully. Something called The Darkest Minds. Don't know much about that.
It seems like, oh yeah, it's like it's that one that's kind of a mutant sort of thing.
Oh,
where
yeah.
Kind of interesting. There was some girl named Ruby. She woke up on her 10th birthday. Something frightening happened. It made her parents lock her in the garage. She was sent to this rehabilitation camp, and then she survived this mysterious disease that killed most of America's children, but the survivors end up with having these mutant abilities.
Not much I can say about that.
Alpha, which is this kind of, it's like 10,000 BC.
I'm not sure. John English 3, I don't know why there's another John English film. No idea why. Never even saw the first one. House with a Clock in its Walls. Another Eli Roth movie.
This sounds like
Black.
a Italian horror movie.
But it says here it's a fantasy horror.
Starring Jack Black.
Directed by a horror named Eli Roth.
Another Robin Hood film, which I don't know why.
Yeah, his last Robin Hood film was a hit with Russell Crowe.
And that wasn't even that long ago either.
It was like Ridley Scott. Night School, which I thought was a remake of another film, but it's not.
Of the slasher?
That or the one with the comedy with Linda Blair.
Yeah.
There's like
Night Patrol?
Yeah. I was thinking of Night Patrol, but someone Kevin Hart. Tired of Kevin Hart. Tired of his voice, tired of his face, tired of his comedy. Fuck. Smallfoot.
It's baffling. His success is one of the biggest mysteries to me. It really is.
Smallfoot, which I thought was something with Land Before Time, but it's not.
Littlefoot.
Yeah, that's Littlefoot. Well, Little, Small.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is fucking anime movie where pretty much like Yetis are like, humans don't exist. The Kid Would Be Teen. And I'm like, is that the Kid in Teen Arthur's Court sequel? But no.
No, it's a film. It's a kids movie where Patrick Stewart's in the cast, and it's about some kid who finds Excalibur.
Right. Going to October and stuff. Bad Times at the El Royale, which sounds like a prequel to Pulp Fiction.
Whale with cheese.
Drew Goddard, who did Cabin in the Woods. And when you click on the name, it just goes to his director page. But
yep.
Chris Hemsworth, Jeff Bridges, and Russell Crowe are in it. It's a drama action film. Venom. I like it to be good. Ruben Fleischer.
So would I.
Did Zombieland.
I like Venom. I hated how he was done in Spider-Man 3. Tom Hardy doesn't really give me a lot of hope or instill a lot of, I'm trying to think of the right word.
Faith.
Excitement or faith.
In the project.
And it's Sony.
Yeah. Ruben Fleischer, the last film I saw him was 30 minutes or less, which I didn't care for.
But I heard they were going to base it on the Lethal Protector comics, so I think that's a good direction to take it. It might be rated R. That's kind of what they're leaning towards. I think that's a good direction to take things as well.
I thought they said they were going to be inspired by Carpenter or Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I don't know if they'll actually pull it off, but it's interesting.
Did we talk about the New Mutants already? Like, is that...
That got delayed to 2019, remember?
Oh, I didn't even know it got delayed to 2019.
Yeah, remember?
The reshoots and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was part of it. I just thought it was they were doing some quick reshoots to make it PG-13.
They deleted. Now it's coming out 2019.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. We would have talked about the New Moons, folks, but they delayed it because the test screen's like, yeah, it's not scary enough. So we'll still have a PG-13, or cut it down to PG-13, and we'll probably put in more jump scares.
Great.
Fuck that.
But Venom, I like I don't know if it's official or not, but the image that leaked that showed what Venom might look like, that was a step forward in the right direction, in my opinion. And Tom Hardy, not the best
I hope he
potential cast
impresses me.
member.
I hope he impresses me. I hope so.
I do too, but I mean, he at least is built. He's got a good physique, which is something that Topher Grace never had.
Right. I hope he surprises me. I really do.
And I heard rumors that Spider-Man might be in anyway. Like somehow they'll get Tom Holland in there.
You should.
I don't know how they're going to do that. And I think they should. It's just like a quick cameo. Just have the whole symbiote thing real quick or whatever, and you can explain it later or whatever in another Spider-Man film.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're not going to have the symbiote thing. Like, on Spider-Man first. There's no way. So, I wonder how...
Unless they do, like I said, a quick cameo.
But that's for me, like... Now that I think about it, why would it have Spider-Man's powers if it never got on Spider-Man in the first place?
Yeah.
Like, why would it look like Spider-Man if it never got on
It's one of those things that's like, I don't know how this is going to work.
But you know what I mean? Like, the reason they have the Spider-Man logo and his powers and, like, the webs, it was on Spider-Man first, so...
Yeah.
What, at the end of Infinity War, like... Oh, I can't fight because I got this... stuff on me. And we're not going to see you in the black suit, but it's off screen. It appears in here. Because I don't know how else they're going to do that.
You can make that work.
Except all the Spider-Man black suits off screen.
Unless they do a little bit of that in the beginning of this. And then save, more of that for later.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's kind of like what you could do, like when you have like the origin, the spider bite, and all of that. Like if you had another Spider-Man movie, you just have like the quick fire, version.
We'll see. But,
yeah, it's a lot of we'll see.
I'll wait for the trailer.
Yeah.
Your favorite movie, Goosebumps, is getting a sequel.
We got Goosebumps 2, Horrorland. No, can't do an anthology for kids. No.
That's against the law.
It's Jumanji. which Jack Black was also in the Jumanji sequel.
Which was a huge hit, so. And
Goosebumps, the first Goosebumps was just Jumanji with fucking Goosebumps, is what it was.
And it was a hit, and people liked it. I didn't see it because I didn't care, but...
This is going to be more of the same. Slappy's going to come back or something. Like, Slappy was on the best parts of that one, but... You know, I'm not looking forward to Goosebumps 2.
Halloween! Sequel to the first movie, apparently.
H40.
You need a 40 to watch it. I don't see the interest.
It's pointless.
I don't see the appeal. Any elements from H2O. I mean, any elements you already saw in H2O.
Yeah.
Or you saw in the other sequels. Or you saw in Halloween 4. Or, what, it's going to be Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter. So, like, she had a son in H2O.
But Nick Castle is coming back to play the Shape.
He's 70 years old. That doesn't matter. I mean, I never had a problem with the guy who played Michael Myers in Halloween 2 or 4.
Yeah, I like Dick Warlock. He was good.
But it's not his sister anymore. And... So it's just
direct sequel to the first
person.
movie.
Yeah? So, why would he come back to Haddonfield? I guess just where he's been sleeping for 4 years after the first movie.
So it's like that thing in Halloween 5 where he's just sleeping.
That was the coma. He fell asleep for 40 years and came back, and it's like, I'm gonna go to Haddonfield again, just because, and do the first movie again, because there'd be no reason.
It's what I remember.
There's no reason he came in the first movie. He came home and he gets a bite to eat. He eats another dog. You've done all you can with Michael Myers. It's time to move on.
I agree.
It's time to move on.
I totally agree with that. It's pointless to me. Jamie Lee Curtis is back. Well, she was in H2O. She was also in Resurrection.
Well, yeah. So is she either going to die again, which we already saw in Resurrection, or do H2O again, which we saw in H2O? That's what I mean. It's pointless. Other than money.
Well, Carpenter's doing the score, and Carpenter's going to produce. But it's written by Danny McBride.
That gives me no interest, Danny McBride writing it.
No, I mean, that's what I was saying. Danny McBride writing it is like a...
Yeah.
What?
And the director of Pineapple Express.
Yeah. Is this a comedy? Is this a Halloween parody? Like, what?
I just felt no need for this. I forgot this was a Blumhouse movie, too.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? We've already seen, and Michael Myers has done enough. Look at Leatherface. Look at all these other movies. It's time for franchises to die.
Yeah, and I don't like that whole, like, it's a sequel that, to the original. Let's ignore all the other stuff. Because that worked out so well with Predators and Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Yeah. You got a point, yeah.
But I'm with you. Just let these franchises die, I know they're legendary horror icons, but it's actually better to let them die off with some dignity, instead of just keep bringing them back for nostalgia's sake.
Yeah.
It's not really, doesn't normally ever work out. Look at the Hellraiser film coming out, the new Hellraiser movie.
Yeah, might as well talk about that, because it's not going to be on in Hellraiser Judgment.
Doug Bradley doesn't even want to be in it.
He was in the last one.
No. I'll give the Judgment this. At least the guy who's playing Pinhead looks more like Doug Bradley than the last guy. That's not saying much. It still looks like a cheap film, as long as it's going to progress the story that much. And it looks like it's just a rip-off of a Hellraiser sequel that was already made. It looks like Inferno. The whole police procedural thing and all that other shit.
There hasn't been a good one since,
some decent makeup effects, I'll give it that, but that's not going to save the film. Because the supporting cast sucks ass.
How many bad Hellraiser movies do we need? It's not like we don't have enough of them.
I mean, Hellraiser should have just stopped after 3, and it was pushing it after, with 3 anyway.
Yeah. That's what I mean. You had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. How many?
It's like the Amityville films. They spent all this money making a new Amityville movie that never even got released in theaters.
Because no one gave a shit. Including the people.
And then you have another Children of the Corn film. Children of the Corn
Let's
Runaway.
talk about that, yeah. What's it called?
Runaway.
Does it have the song on?
Ooh, she's a little runaway.
She went to the corner, now you're gonna pay. Ooh, she's a little
runaway.
How many...
Runaway is a runaway from this franchise.
You tell me in the comments, what was the last good Hellraiser film? What was the last good Children of the Corn film? In fact, you may
I can make an argument that
been.
Children of the Corn didn't even have one legitimately good movie.
I like the first movie. I like parts of the third movie, but...
Yeah, I like parts of the third film, but I don't think it's like a legitimately good film.
The
first movie, I'm not super big on, but compared to the other ones, yeah, it's I could call it good.
But there's like 10, 9, how many of them? How many? Jesus.
Friday the 13th, I think the Jason Voorhees thing could work if you just have a fun slasher movie, but you could do that with a different slasher, have a new franchise.
Right.
Try to do that with Victor Crowley or whatever and Hatchet, but then,
they did
other than the core.
They did a fourth one.
Oh, there's another one of those coming out too. Victor Crowley.
Yeah. I don't know if it came out or not, but it's supposed to.
It did. I think it's coming out in the home to video soon.
Another Hatchet
VOD
film.
Or something.
Like we needed another Hatchet movie.
Jigsaw. Another Jigsaw movie. What's next? You're gonna dig up Final Destination again?
I would not. I guarantee that's coming. Guarantee that's coming. But yeah, Halloween and Hellraiser Judgment and Children of the Corn.
They're all pointless. And I'm a huge fan of horror, but I don't want to just blindly just support it just because it has Michael Myers in it. Sorry.
If you look forward to it, that's fine. Feel free to put in the comments why.
Yeah.
And that's not in a judgment way.
No.
It's
one of those things I'm curious. Like, what do you think this is going to bring to the Halloween franchise that hasn't already been done?
What more can you really do with Michael Myers? Because, like Jason, that's more of the fun, fast food. Michael Myers, not really that.
Yeah, you could do a Jason one easily again and just be a fun fast food slasher. But
Halloween wasn't really that.
No.
So, what more can you do? Jamie Lee Curtis, again, they already did that. It's all just repeats. Reheated dinner.
Reheated leftovers.
Yeah.
There's a drama called Can You Ever Forgive Me? With Melissa
you
McCarthy.
skipped over the other Jungle Book movie called Mowgli. That they changed the name to Mowgli.
Well, I don't care, because it's just a Jungle Book movie coming out, what, a year or two after the last one?
For a different studio. This stuff called Mowgli. Can You Ever Forgive Me? I don't know what that is. Melissa McCarthy's
it's a drama. So, Melissa McCarthy's going to stretch her acting muscles. And I'm curious about it just to see if she can pull that off. Not something I see in the theater, but... Or maybe. I just want to see how she'll do. She does a lot of, comedies. And I thought she did a good job in the movie with Bill Murray she was in.
St. Vincent.
St. Vincent.
Okay.
Something called Overlord.
I like the idea. In 1944, 2 paratroopers are shot down over Normandy in the midst of the D-Day invasion, and there's Nazis using supernatural forces.
It's like the Outpost. But those are more like zombies or whatever.
Or Death Watch.
Or like Hellboy, that prequel stuff with that one Hellboy guy who had supernatural powers.
Then there was one called Death Watch.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I like that movie.
I like that concept too. I think it stars Wyatt Russell. Yeah, it stars Russell's Kurt's son.
He was decent in 22 Jump Street.
Yeah, I'm curious to see that, just to see if Wyatt can follow in his dad's footsteps and be some badass lead in some action horror movie.
X-Men, Dark Phoenix.
I love how you said that. X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Because I was burping. It made me burp. Gotta hold it back. Yes.
Oh, Apocalypse was apocalyptically bad.
That's why I don't look forward to this.
Dark Phoenix burned me. I mean, they've burned that with the X-Men 3, they fucked that storyline up already. I don't have a lot of faith that they're not going to do it again. Plus, they brought back Simon Kinberg.
Did you hear about Jean Grey in this new... Has she
Not
even
really.
done
I don't
anything?
care about Jean Grey that much in this new series as I did in the other in Bryan Singer's series.
Was Jean Grey even in X-Men First Class?
I don't think so. No, she was in Apocalypse, I think. She was in Days of Future, was she in Days of Future Past? I think she might have been in Days of Future Past. I don't know for sure. I know Dark Phoenix is going to be the 90s one. And I hope they don't try to do cringy 90s jokes like they did in the last one. They go and see Return of the Jedi. Oh, the third film is, always the worst.
I don't look forward to that. Not at all. I'm just going to skip to The Grinch. Because there's another Grinch movie. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Not needed.
I'm curious, is this the same guy I'm thinking of? Oh, the guy directing it is the guy who worked with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm still not interested in the movie, but that's cool he's getting work, but I don't even need another Grinch movie. But that's actually the first time he's directed something. Good for him. The Girl in the Spider's Web. Is that the director who did the Evil Dead remake?
Yeah.
He found a lot of work.
And this is
Don't Breathe. Okay.
This is the sequel to what was it, the other one? The one that had Rooney Mara in it.
Oh, the girl,
like
girl with the dragon
tattoo. But it's a different actress who's going to play the role that Rooney Mara played in the first one.
I didn't know.
And a different... Seems like a different actor who's going to play the other guy, too.
Daniel Craig is not coming back either. Then just do it. How is it even a sequel? Strange.
Then we have another sequel, Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. I haven't seen the first Fantastic Beasts.
Me neither.
I'm just kind of burned out at Harry Potter stuff.
I've never been into Harry Potter, so... Creed 2...
You see the guy who was cast as Creed's son. He had a son already? No. Drago's son?
Yeah. I don't know why we need this. Well, because Creed made a lot of money, that's why. They didn't get my money. Is Rocky going to get in the ring and fight Drago's son? No, it's Michael B. Jordan.
Okay. No, I'm saying, like, is he going to get in the ring and then fight Drago's son, and then Drago's son's going to kill Rocky, and then...
No, he'll just die from a relapse of cancer.
That would suck.
You know it's coming, though. Something like that. I gotta do it for my trainer. He was a father to me. I need to win it for him.
And then Dolph is going to train Michael B. Jordan against his son?
No. I think Dolph is training his son. And then when Rocky dies, like, if you die, you die. You know they're going to have that line some way. If he dies, he dies. You know they don't put it in.
He's going to come in and Rocky's in the hospital and Drago comes and visits him. And...
Did he die? He died. You know,
or he just says to Rocky, if you die, you die.
Something like that, you know.
this movie can die. I mean,
There'd be
the
no
more I saw
reason to
Creed,
make
the
him.
more I was less impressed with it, and
There'd be no
the
reason.
sequel.
There'd be no reason to make him not a villain because he killed the guy's father, Michael B. Jordan's father. You know, pretty much murdered him.
It's just a shitty concept, and the guy who's directing it has never done anything before. Stallone had to step down for the director's chair because of the bullshit controversy over some horseshit allegation or whatever that's unsubstantiated.
Right. And
And you got some guy named Cheo Hodori Coker. Some guy cocaine. Write the script.
Creed.
He's a coker.
You didn't need Creed. I mean, Rocky Balboa ended it fine. I think I hated Creed more than you. And because it was crap. It was crud. It was a shitty remake of the first movie. With shitty music.
And a remake of Rocky 5, too.
Yeah, bits of Rocky 5 and bits of Rocky Balboa put into a fucking blender. Bits of some dog shit. And then forced to eat it with a bit of cancer on the side. Hey, you like Rocky? You like see him get puked in and cancer?
Yeah.
Here's your movie.
Well, I didn't like the fact that people were like
your movies.
praising the hell out of his performance in that. Stallone's performance
He
in
got
Creed.
sick, puked, and got cancer. That was his performance. And
But they weren't giving him the same nods. He didn't get Oscar nominations for Rocky Balboa.
No.
He didn't get a single Oscar nod for Copland.
No.
Those are both better performances.
He was sleepy, he puked, he got cancer. That was his performance. In Creed. And I love
And even
Stallone.
like some of the quotes he had, like the quote he had at the end was like just a rework of the quotes he had in Rocky Balboa about life.
Yeah, which I have the quote for Rocky Balboa on my wall, and nothing for that. It should have ended with that. We didn't need just milking it, man. It's like
really,
Rocky Balboa. It's the end. Then why are you doing this? I don't understand it. You're ruining
money.
it. Just like Rocky 5 hurt it. But people love Creed. I'm alone in that.
I don't love the movie either.
Well, I mean, we are alone in that. But
Ralph Breaks the Internet. Wreck-It Ralph 2.
I liked the first one. It's just to set you out the film. It wasn't Ralph's movie anymore. It was fucking Sarah Silverman's movie.
Yeah, and she was kind of annoying.
She was annoying. I wish it was more Wreck-It Ralph's movie. Maybe the sequel would be that. But, you know, I liked the first movie still.
So out of the Pixar films, like you'd be more looking. It's a Walt Disney film, not Pixar, but you'd be more up for seeing that, interested in that one than Incredibles, right?
For me, yeah. If I had to pick a number one for that kind, it'd be a Wall-E 2.
Yeah. Oh.
Because Wall-E's my favorite Pixar movie. But they're never going to do that.
It was a good one-off.
Yeah.
Then we have Mortal Engines.
Which I saw the trailer. It was interesting.
Yeah. It's also kind of just silly.
Yeah. The entire cities are moving.
Yeah, and eating each other or something. It's like,
I don't know what the deal is. So.
They're gonna fight each other? Like what? Like city versions of Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
So it's real steel.
But with cities. This sounds like some cocaine-fueled shit right here.
Pierre Jackson.
Well, it's based on a book, I think, or something like that.
Right, but I mean, it's his company, Winged Up for Films, and he helped in writing in it.
Maybe it'll be like some of those Bad Taste movies. Probably not, though.
Probably not. I'll wait for a full trailer.
We have Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse.
I don't know.
Sony's animated Spider-Man movie.
I don't know.
The teaser wasn't really that impressive. It's kind of confusing, too. Like, what is this?
Well,
like, is this all these different Spider-Men or something? Like, all into one? Is this a Spider-Man anthology? Is this like the Matrix anime thing.
I know it's supposed to be Miles Morales, right?
Yeah, but then I think there's other Spider-Man too, or something in that, or something.
Well, even in the title, yeah, Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So, what was that video game? There was a video game where it went to all the universes.
Oh yeah. Oh damn it! I forgot the name of that.
Like there was like a Batman, Spider-Man type.
Yeah,
like,
Spider-Man 2049. Yeah, the future Spider-Man. And then Shattered something. I think it's Shattered something.
Shattered Dimension, Shattered
something Dimension
something.
or something like that, maybe. I always wanted to play that one. Because I get to play as Spider-Man 2049.
That's a movie that I'm surprised they haven't made. 2049.
Yeah, 2049. Or Batman Beyond. Either one.
Considering DC is desperate for movies, you would think maybe those two could work, but what do I know?
Well, I'm more interested in seeing Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse than Aquaman. An Aqua Bro.
Well, yeah, because Jason Momoa sucks. Dolph Lundgren,
Roman Reigns is C over here.
Dolph Lundgren needs to work, but it's sad it's in a movie like this.
Yes.
Wish he was Cable, I really do.
And Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
And Willem Dafoe?
I don't care for the character, folks. I didn't like him in Justice League. Just Ass League.
He's just a douche bro.
Want some brewskis, bro? Fuck Aquaman. He sucks.
I like James Wan, the director.
Yeah, but I know it's not his fault, but it's not like Furious 7 was that great. And
no. This is the writer of Gangster Squad.
He hasn't really done a movie like this, and I just don't like the character, folks.
I'm not a fan of Aquaman, the character. I'm definitely not a fan of this Aquaman.
And I don't like the actor, Jason Momoa. I didn't like him in Justice League.
I didn't like him in Conan.
The Barbarian.
Exactly. Then we got Holmes and Watson, which is a Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly comedy. Could be fun, because I like those two together.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Talladega Nights. I haven't seen Step Brothers. I need to see that. A lot of people say a lot of good things about that one.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, another, Sherlock Holmes comedy. They've done that before, and it hasn't really worked for me. Without a Clue with Michael Caine. Sherlock Holmes, Adventures of Sherlock Holmes' younger brother with Gene Wilder. Never really been big on the Sherlock Holmes comedies. Also, I just wish they just made Sherlock Holmes 3. Like, Robert Downey Jr. tweeted or left on Facebook an image of him and Jude Law. I'd be like, I want to do it. Like, he's basically just saying on his social media account, I miss my old friend. So basically he's saying, come on, let's do this. Let's do another Sherlock Holmes.
Exactly.
We'll greenlight a Sherlock Holmes comedy.
Sure. Why not? This I don't know about, but, I look more forward to Sherlock Holmes 3. I mean, this guy, he fucking directed Get Hard.
Yeah.
I did not get hard watching that movie. False advertising.
Then we have the most anticipated film of 2018. Matt?
Bumblebutt, the movie.
Bumblebee, the movie.
Bumblebee Tuna, the movie.
Starring John Cena.
This movie sucks. This movie sucks.
Co-produced by WWE Studios. John Cena will control Bumblebee, and then Bumblebee will do the "You Can't See Me."
Well,
do a 5-knuckle shuffle.
It's more,
and then grab one of the robots, and then give them an attitude adjustment on top of a building.
To be fair, which I shouldn't be, it's more this girl Haley Steinfeld's movie, pretty much a female Shia LaBeouf of the first movie, because 20 years before the events of the film in 1987, Bumblebee takes refuge in a small California beach town, and a teenage girl finds it. Which is funny.
So it's an 80s film?
Yeah. I thought they came to Earth the first time in Transformers, but then in the last movie, apparently, you find out they've been through history, like they killed Hitler or something. I'm not making that up. Apparently that's... And they were there with the Wizards and the Knights of the Temple.
The Wizards?
Wizards, but it must be the Wizards. I mean, it's fucking Michael Bay. It must be the Wiz. I'm sure someone was whizzing in the movie. I didn't see the last one. John Cena is an agent of Sector 7, so pretty much the... Oh, what's his name?
Josh Duhamel.
No, who's been in a lot of the Coen Brothers movies, and he's the guy who took his pants off one time. It was like the American flag underwear. And
huh.
The guy who's in Barton Fink, who stars in Barton Fink.
Oh, John Turturro.
Yeah. Pretty much that kind of character, because he was Sector 7. It's a Bumblebee movie that's... What's the first movie? A kid and a bumblebee.
Yeah, and also the Bumblebee is not really one of the best Autobots. I mean, I don't mind Bumblebee, but he can't talk, so...
No, I mean, he can never talk. Unless they finally give him a voice in this movie.
Yeah.
And by the end, he can't talk. I don't know. Michael Bay, he's not directed. Well, you know what? He didn't direct the Ninja Turtle movies, and those are pieces of shit that felt like shitty Michael Bay movies.
You got this guy named Travis Knight, who did a film I've heard really good things about called Kubo and the Two Strings. But those are all animated movies.
And you know what? Who did the first Super Chuds movie? Battle Los Angeles guy.
Yeah.
And I like Battle Los Angeles, and I like Darkness Falls.
Yeah.
And I hated Super Chuds very much. And Michael Bay, his fingerprints were all over it. Him and his butt boys, fingerprints would be all over this.
Yep.
Only it stars a female instead of a male.
So then we have Mary Poppins Returns. Why?
Just Mary Poppins, y'all. So we already saw that. It's called Super Leia.
Is that really why they greenlit this sequel? This is a popular meme.
It might as well be.
We already saw the Mary Poppins sequel. It's called The Last Jedi.
Exactly. Super Leia. Bohemian Rhapsody. The story of Queen.
Bunch of people, I'm not really that familiar with in terms of the cast or the director. I'm curious about it, though. Big fan of Queen. Saw some photos of this guy. He definitely looks the part. But I want to see if he can actually sing. It's a big part.
I don't mention a couple last things that weren't on the list. Mom and Dad with Nick Cage.
Yes, I really want to see that. Looks like crazy, good fun.
It's one of the
guys who did Crank.
Crank and Crank 2. Parents go after their kids because of his infection. Nick Cage being crazy. Looks like a lot of fun.
Nick Cage is just able to be completely uncaged.
An action movie called Triple Threat because it stars Tony Jaa, stars the guy from The Raid, it stars Scott Adkins and Michael Jai White.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
It's called Triple Threat, and looks pretty cool because it's Tony Jaa and the guy from The Raid teaming up to fight Michael Jai White and Scott Adkins.
Nice. Why is that not in the theater? Why is this other shit? Why does Den of Thieves get a theatrical release?
Well, I mean, Skin Trade with Dolph and Tony Jaa, that didn't get in the theaters, but that was a really good movie, Skin Trade. A couple quick ones I'll mention. Nah, I lied. It was Mom and Dad and Triple Threat, because I'm a bit tired. But thanks, Mike, for joining so late. But
as always,
3 parts.
Always glad to be here.
Just so that it doesn't overload people.
Yeah.
Still a lot of fun, but I haven't done these in a while, so hey, hope it's worth the wait for you guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'm going to go to bed now. See you guys later, and bye-bye.
See ya.